Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Einstein started his class when he taught 400 students at Princeton University. Now, from 1933 all the way till 1939, he occupied an office at 109 Fine Hall, teaching the Palmer Physics Lab to students at Princeton University. Now, I don't think I need to prove or, say anything about this college, just other than the fact that it is definitely a prestigious college and also an Ivy League. And guess what? It is #1 on the US World Ranking Report, beating Harvard, MIT, Stanford, all of them. Princeton is the #1 university for 2022-2023. So this is episode number 14 of our widely successful and popular Road to Success series, and in this video we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to divide the video into two parts. The first part is going to be for undergraduate students and the second part is going to be for graduate students, both masters and PhDs, and we're going to look at Princeton University, the scholarship that the university offers, how to apply for those scholarships, and more importantly, some tips and tricks that will help you make your profile stand out as a student to get admission into this prestigious Ivy League university. So for every Road to Success series, you guys know that I start out by telling you guys what the acceptance rate was for the most recent class that was admitted. But secretly enough, Princeton has not released the data for the class of 2026, which is students that applied last year. But I'm guessing that this percentage would fall somewhere between 2 and 4% based on the data from previous years and just how the acceptance rate in all of the Ivy Leagues is just like dropping year by year. So without worrying about the acceptance rate, because it's unknown right now, let's go ahead into the undergrad application process. Now, there are 3 most popular majors in Princeton University, which is computer science, biology and biomedical science, and material science. Now, Princeton in general is really known for its engineering and science focused degrees, but that doesn't mean that other degrees like business, finance, arts, they're also there. So let's say you get admitted into Princeton and you receive no financial aid. Your parents are probably going to cry over the fact that they have to spend $80,000 per year as your overall cost of attendance, because $57,000 is going to go into tuition fee, $17,000 into living expenses, and about $4,000 into miscellaneous things like you want a laptop, let's say. So to save you and your parents this heartache of spending so much money, I have some amazing news. Now, Princeton is both need blind as well as offers need-based financial aid to international students. Now, this combination of both of these things is very rare to find. And what this basically means is, #1, when you indicate on your application that you need financial aid, they'll just keep that fact aside. They just want to know you as a student. They'll evaluate your profile. They'll look at whether they want you in their university or not considering the financial aid aspect, which is absolutely amazing. The second part of this is when you do apply for financial aid, if you need 100% aid, they will cover it all. Now, they decide how much aid you'll get, but if you're someone who can prove that you're a good student, you've gotten the admission, Princeton will give you everything else so that you can study and complete your degree. And this need-based financial aid that Princeton will give you as a student, it covers everything, your tuition fee, living expenses, all of it. And it's not a loan, so you're not expected to give it back. It's basically a financial aid that you're receiving because you're an excellent student and you deserve to study at Princeton. The application process for undergrad students, Princeton is extremely crystal clear on the requirements that a high school student should have if they are thinking of applying. Now, the requirements aren't, too heavy, but they just tell you what you want, and it's very basic requirements. So the first one on the list is having 4 years of English. Now, this is very typical in all schools around the world, so this shouldn't be a hard one to satisfy. The second one is 4 years of math. This includes calculus as well as pre-calculus, mostly for students that are interested in engineering-based majors. Number 3 is 4 years of one language. If you're an Indian student, for example, this can be like Hindi, Sanskrit. I personally had a third language as French, German, just any foreign language will do. At least 2 years of lab science. Now, this includes any type of science, so physics, chemistry, biology, and most high school students do have this as part of their curriculum. So this one is, pretty easy as well. And the last one is at least 2 years of history. Now, this doesn't have to be American history. It just has to be history from your own country. So they're just making sure that, you've just ticked off the basic requirements as a high school student. Now, in addition to this, if you want to level up and give that extra spice to your application, it's always good to add some sort of visual or performing arts to your profile. This can be something like, having experience or learned classical music or dance or an instrument. I learned how to play the violin. So this just shows a different aspect other than academics. And this is an optional portfolio to have. So, I'll leave it up to you guys, depending on whatever your interest is. Definitely add something to make your profile unique and not similar to everybody else that's applying. Now, the whole application process in general can be extremely overwhelming, and I've created a step-by-step guide on how to apply to colleges. The course is taught by me with over 30 recorded videos, all guiding you through how to create a college list, to the application process, to how you fill out different aspects, how your essays should be, what you need to do after submitting it, applying for financial aid. Everything covered. There are assignments, there are free templates, there are 2 group live sessions where you can interact with me, get your profiles reviewed, get your questions answered about your essays, and the pre-enrollment for this course is open right now up until October 2nd. Now, it is at a discounted price of 1,700 rupees, which is less than $21 for the first 50 students, and I think we're almost about to reach that cap. So definitely enroll yourself, and the course starts on 2nd October. It's perfect for anyone, whether you're an undergrad, master's, or a PhD applicant looking to apply to the US this year or next year. It is a tremendous amount of information, all streamlined and put in an organized way so you can follow along step by step and apply to colleges in the US. So coming to my graduate students, Princeton has 18 master's and 43 PhD programs, which is slightly on the lower end, but it is an Ivy League and it is known for its world-class facilities like research facilities as well as faculty members. So you have a variety of options to choose from, all the way from engineering to arts, finance, business, whatever you want to study. The cost of attendance as a graduate student is roughly $57,000 per year, but the good news is that graduate students are also eligible for a lot of funding in Princeton University. Now, the funding does depend from department to department, but I'm just going to take a few examples to show you guys the great sources that Princeton has, both for masters as well as PhDs. Now, interestingly, the School of Public Health and International Affairs offers 100% tuition fee assistance to graduate students. So master's students are eligible for a combination of teaching and research assistantships, and through both of these, you can fund your entire degree. Now, coming to PhD students, Princeton policy is extremely simple. If you are admitted into Princeton as a PhD student, they will cover all of your tuition fee. Now, this tuition fee will be covered again in the form of assistantships. So you'll be working in the lab, or you'll be doing a TA position, which is a teaching assistantships, maybe helping a professor teach some undergrad classes, depending on whatever your interest and area of expertise is. But both of these things are extremely manageable. Now, through this work that you do in the lab, PhD students can earn up to $45,000 per year. Now, this is definitely on the higher end, considering that you're a student. It'll take care of your tuition fee and it'll leave you enough for living expenses as well. There are 5 simple things that graduate students need on their checklist when they're applying. Now, you'll be applying through Princeton's very own application portal. The first thing on their list is an academic statement of purpose. The academic statement of purpose will describe your past experience, what you've done in a technical way, and also why you want to pursue a master's or a PhD level program at Princeton. The second thing on the list is your CV. Very straightforward. It's basically your entire history of education, professional background, skill set, all the fun stuff. Number 3 on the list are your transcripts. So since you are a graduate student, all the way from high school to an undergrad degree, a master's if you have one, all of those transcripts are something that Princeton does require you to submit. 4th one on the list are letters of recommendations. Now, typically Princeton asks for 2 letters of recommendation, and my suggestion would be one from a professor, one from maybe someone you've worked under. Now, it's always a good way to show this balance. If you don't have experience, you can definitely get 2 from your professors, but most recent degree would be helpful. The last one on the list is a writing sample. This can be in the form of your thesis or a research publication. They're trying to see your technical writing abilities in the field that you're applying to, and also your expertise around the same. Alright guys, so that's all that I had for this video. Princeton has ranked number 1 this year, which means that if it's on your list to apply, and I feel like it definitely should be, considering that it's need blind, it's giving full financial aid to those who need it, especially international student. You need to put additional and extra amount of effort into your application, not just the grades part, essays, extracurricular activities, and just in general put effort into like presenting your profile in an appealing way. And if you need some help with that, definitely consider joining the Ivy League 101 course. It's precisely, crafted for students that are applying to help you guys, to guide you guys so that you can work on your own applications and help you stand out. So that's all that I had for this video. And if you're watching till this very point, which is like literally the last 30 seconds of the video, I want to know from you guys, and this will also show me that you've watched till this point, what is your favorite dinner? It can be something that you eat from outside or cuisine or just something that's like an OG dinner for you. Whatever it is, drop that in the comments below. Like the video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.